will be started. Yes, now the recording is started. Mic is unmuted. Screen is shared. And let's continue. So now we see in the search, I'm just refreshing once again. Search page, let me just refresh and see. These three results are here. Okay, let me just go back into the sites and deassociate them and see what happens. I'm just closing this site, also this one. Now my main site is still here. My list of the sites should be here. Which one is this one? Yeah, this is for the search. This is main site. And this is the list of my sites in the SharePoint Admin Center. I'll just close my sites once again, and I will start them once again to refresh the pages so they take effect after I change the association with the hub site. Okay, how we do that? That is simple and easy. This is our main hub site. This is first associated. This is second associated site. I go to this one, or this one is already ticked. A1 week 4. Okay, A1 week 4. Let me just start with the A2. A2 week 4. I say it's second associated site. I go to the menu, click on hub, click on change hub association, and just remove this association from here to none. So now this will not be associated with any hub. Now this one is not associated. Only one is associated. So I go to my first main site, the hub site, click on the URL. This will be open. And I go to the documents and I search for the rules or exam 1 and we see the results. Exam 1 and I click on search. It comes one file, but it should come two. So what I noticed that I click here, expand the search. Click on expand the search, see what happens. It is showing all three yet. It should not be there. This one is a deassociated already. So why it's showing that? Let me see, figure out. It is given, even without association, it's giving all the three files. Okay, all right. Let's search the reason. What can be the reason? Associating with the hub should necessarily have effect on the search, and deassociation also should have. But let me see once again, what was this link? That was something special. So expand to the entire site, maybe the main site, and whatever subsites it has, it will be expanded to that. I will just see once again on this one. We close it and we close this one also. And just from the main site, I'm going to deassociate the other one also. On this one, I can just tick it A1 week 4 hub site, change the hub association and click to none. So now it's not associated with this one and it's associated, only the hub site is here. That shouldn't make any difference. So I go to my hub site, sorry, not this link, but URL link. And on this one in the documents library, I will search once again, exam 1 and see what happens. It is getting only one result, but here the link, what it says expand search to all items in this site. Maybe this site means my main site, this one. Is it means like that? Or what happened? Why did it bring all the, because this one, my SharePoint Admin Center contains all these files, these sites. So either it's getting information from here or from where it's possible to get the information about all these sites. I will click on this one and go to back to this one, and then see, expand search to all items in this site, see what happens then. All the 3 files are coming. So this probably gets the information from all the items, all the sites that we have, and how we get the difference with the associated websites search results. Then we have to, I will search it a little bit more, and then next week we will see if there is any special effect on the search if we associate. Without associating, also these 3 are coming, or yet the results are not updated and refreshed in the main SharePoint admin. But anyway, we will test that later also again. And we go to our next topic and see what is our next topic. So here we can see anyway that from one site we get the results from all the associated sites, and we will recheck it again also. Now we see into our document library settings and permissions. This will be our next topic. So we want to go to our document library permissions. To our document library permissions, how we reach there, we go to our main site. I will just close this one and click it once again. This is my main site that I'm working in this lecture. I just click on the URL and this site is open. And we go to the document library. This is documents library. And then we go to the site settings. Somewhere should be site contents. We go to site contents. And this is our documents library. And we can click on settings from here, or we can also go from the here, main site settings, and then we can select. We reach here, documents library settings, and here we have a couple of settings. If we go to on this column, this is permission and management. Delete this document library if we like to. Permission for this document library. Manage files which have no checked in version, and workflow settings, and enterprise metadata and keywords settings. So right now we are studying about the permissions for this document library. I will click on it and see on this page we will reach, and on this page we see that which groups we already have here. The note says there are limited access users also on this site, and user may have limited access if an item or document under the site has been shared with them. Show the users, it's already here, but if we can click once again to see if there are more users. Yeah, limited access group is here that I have created during the preparation for the slides. And this library inherits permission from its parent site for week 5 by Muhammad. This is the name of the website that we have created. Sorry, not the website, but the SharePoint site. The website is like for everybody, but our SharePoint sites are only for our own organization users. Okay, so the groups that we have already, the default groups are only 3 that are always there in folder: members, owners, visitors. They have their specific rights. Just the summary is here. Members have edit permission. Owners have full control and limited access. Why? That we will see why this is limited access, but mainly they have full control. If we remove all these things, stop inheriting permissions, we can do that, or we can manage parent also and see more rules and rights, permissions. And visitors have only read permission. Okay. And check permissions also, we can check for any user the permissions for this library, document library. And these groups I have created during the creation of our PowerPoint slides. And we will see also what are the functions that we can test with the new groups. First of all, we know now that members have added access to the SharePoint group, to this folder, document library, and owners have full control and visitors have only read permissions. How we can test that? That is not very complicated, but we will see in a minute. That we are on this page and we know that members have added. See, initially owners have full control, then later we checked some options, and then some of the restricted controls, they also have restricted access. And we can add users to this group, of course, and we can add individual users also. So if in the members, we go to click on the members, we can see the list of the users who are included into the members. If there are no users, we can add the users into that group. Okay, so let's go back and see. These are our members. Click on it and we will see that user 101 is here. Before it was not there. So I will add just another user to show the functionality, that how we can add it and how that works. For example, first I will test permissions for one user, that if he has any permissions for our this document library. I'm going to check permissions, and we know that we have created more than 100 users, and some of them we have already tested, but I believe that user number 97 maybe I have before tried. 97. Okay, let me try 96. Let's remember 96. I'm just writing here, or we can select any name, any number of our user that we have created. I will just write on one of my pages in front of me, user 96. Let me just see that if anybody is waiting. No. And if any question in the chat session. No. That's good. And recording is working on, mic is unmuted, and sharing is going on. Okay, so user number 96, I click here, user number 96, and check now. We see if there are any permissions. No, we see none. Means if we log in from user number 96, it will not have any permission on this folder especially. Okay, let's try to log in as user number 96. So this is the requirement that I have downloaded more of our browsers. So we go to any new browser. Let's see this one, and I have tried already with some other username. Let me see which one was this. So the new tab, on this tab, logged in through user number 102. Okay, so we can continue with that users, or we can try new user. Okay, we try new user. So we just close this one, all the tabs, and I'm just closing all of these other tabs also, other browsers also, and we see, so user number 96, I just close all tabs also individually, otherwise they just continue signing in with the old usernames that I have used before. If they will still keep them, I have to remove the history, and then they will log in with the new user. I'm just closing all the tabs. Okay, so user 96 does not have any permissions, but he is the member of our organization. So see what happens if we log in as user number 96. Okay, so I go to my Firefox first of all and go to office.com. See what happens. Sign in. I want to log in to user number 96. I will write here user number 96. See what happens. User number 96. Password I know for this user is remember this was in the Excel document. Yeah, the user is logged in and we postpone the phone reconfirmation for 14 days. Stay logged in. See, this one does not see a lot of things on the main page because he does not have any yet rights, and we have not shared anything with him yet. And we can see from here user 96, and then I will specially link with him, share with him, just not share with him, go to that website document library address and see what happens, because right now he does not have any any permissions. So now I'm just going to get that link. That is, give me just a minute. This page, no, sorry, not this page. This page. This is the address URL for my document library that I want to share with this user. So I see right now what happens. He doesn't have any right yet, any permissions yet. So I have logged in with that user. So I start another tab and punch in this address and see what happens. Microsoft says that user 96 logged in already, and we skip for 14 days. And see, it says you need permission to access this list. So first of all, we can try also that how this permission and access permission request works. I just write I'm user 96. I would like access, please. Okay, and send this request and see what happens. Mustard says awaiting approval. Now, if I go back on my, see, this one doesn't have any permission yet. Close this one, and permission request comes by email. So I go to my home page, go to Outlook. So then I will see if there is an email. See, yes, there is an email already. User 96 wants to access. See, and here I can accept or decline. Let's see, I click on accept. It takes me to the SharePoint and approve the request. I click on approve, or I can cancel and then decline. I just click on approve the request. And it says user 96 has now view access to new document library 01. Made a mistake, then remove the access. This is actually new document library 01, not the document library that I was first trying to access. But it's okay. Any document library within the site that will have, then we can test to going over there. So I just close this one or just leave it this one. Now I go to back to that user. Just refresh if it is received back here. Not, then we will just go to that document library once again. Sorry, you don't have access yet. Okay, no problem. We just try to go there and see what happens. No, this is another, sorry, this will come back here again. No. Just I go there and copy this one once again and go back over there. Maybe I can start a new tab or in the same tab. It's no problem. Control V and see what happens now. Yes, see, now we can access that new document library. This one is another one actually, but now the user has access to this one. Okay, but which access? The access that we just asked to share with it, but not added, only the read permission. Okay, only the read permission. We can change also access permissions also, that how we like to give him access. But what happens, how he was able to access this folder? Because there was none of the access share permissions to him. Let's go back and see. What happens when the access request is approved, system assigns some permissions to that user. Let's go back and see that. We close this one and somewhere we were there, and we will see on this one. No, this is actually another document library, new document library 01. We were talking about, we actually tested with this one. So I just click on this one. This is just another document library that I have created into that website, same website, site for week 2 by Muhammad. And this folder, we have given permission to him. We just go back again here, site contents and site settings. This is another one, but we can still go there. Access, right admission. No, not from here. Okay, this one, new document library settings. And here we get permissions for this document library. And here now you see user 96 has read permission. Before, this user 96 was not here. Okay, so this one has now read permissions. We have seen that already, that if we go to see here, this sign shows he has only read permissions. We can even go inside, and if there is a document, we can see opening this document. This folder is empty yet. So he had only read permissions. So any documents, he will not be able to add it. And so we have just tested one aspect, that if a user has no permissions, he tried to open a library, then he will not be able to open it directly. A request email will be sent if he will like to send, and then the email will come to the owner. If owner permits him, then he can after that recheck and he will be able to access that folder. And I believe we have covered a couple of pages. I will see that and we will make a picture if we want to create a picture. And here the note says user 101 is a member. Actually, this is a different practice. I was just showing you. He was not a member. I have not created him as a member yet. We can create him as a member. We can add him in the 3 groups. Still, we have not added him into any group, but he got read permissions directly because he requested and then owner allowed him to get read permissions. Okay, so now we will try to add a user into one of the groups and see how it works. These are the topics that we have covered once again. We were here, add users to this group. And meanwhile, we tested that how directly without adding any users into any group, we can assign also permissions automatically when the access request is permitted. Now we will add one of the users into members group. How we do that, I will show you. This is the user 101 and this one is mine. See, this is MS. Okay, so I go once again. So then we will be sure that which folder we are trying to access. I just close this one and see from here once again. This is my Outlook now. This is my main Office 365 page. This is my Outlook. This is my SharePoint, and this is Microsoft 365 admin. Maybe I take this one here and my SharePoint here. And this is my SharePoint admin center. I want to actually keep this one step before. And this is the actual site. I will close it and we will open it once again. So this is the site that I want to work. I click on it. Site is opened. And now we want to try to add a member into the user into members group. Okay. So into the members group, they will have read and edit permissions also. They have more than visitors. And for example, we can go here into the site settings, or we can go to a specific library, whatever we like. I created a new document library into this site, and then I was trying sharing permissions into this document library. If we want to, we can create once again another document library, just a fresh library, and then try permissions for that library. Or we can try with this document library or the entire site. Okay, let's create a new document library. How we do that? We can go here and click on document library, new document library. We say it document, sorry, library for week 5. Or to keep it little shorter name, we just say doc lib week 5 and here we can write whatever we like, but I just leave it like this. Show in the site navigation. then it's easy also. So I created doclib week 5. The document library is created and opened for us also. So I will just like to go back and into my site contents, and I will see this document library over there. See doclib week 5, and now I go to its meaning, go to its settings, and go to permissions for this document library especially. And here we see that if any user, we click on the members and see what is in the members, user 101. Now we add one more user into this one. And I want to add a user that is not into an other groups. So first of all, I will go back and test his permissions, check the permissions. For example, I know that I have members into this one also. So this one has 101, this one probably has 102, 103, and this one has 102 and 99, and 105 is here directly added. And here is some group also. There is another one into this one, 104. So I just write another number with me, user 95. So let's see, first of all, check permissions for user 95 if he has any permissions for this site. User 95. Check now, sorry. None. So this one has no permissions up to now. What we do now, we add this user into members group. So we click on this one. Here we have users and here is new. So we click on new and we click add users to this group. Add users to this group. And here we write user 95. User 95 is added. Yes. User 95 is added into the members group. Of course, for this folder, for this website, whatever, but short description. Okay, so now the members group has also user 95. Now, if we go back and now we test again, we don't see here in the list, but of course, if we go to the members, we see this one. We have user 95. If we go back, we can check its permissions once again and see what permissions it has. User 95, check permissions. It can edit now given through the group, members group. Yeah, so now this one has some rights. Now we can log in once again with user 95 to see what types of rights this user has, and our SharePoint site, how site will behave with this new user. I'm just closing this, and I will start a next browser before I used Firefox for user 96. Now I will go to Opera and log in with user number 95. Office and sign in. It has already logged in user 1 or 2. I have to clear the history. I will just close this one. How I can close this one? No problem. Let me just log in once again. Now I will close this site and go to settings. Somewhere should be history, browsing data, clear, browsing data, all browsing data, clear. Now all my browsing data should be cleared. I go back, start once again, office.com, sign in. Now the system is accepting new users. User 95 at COMP3121Z dot on Microsoft.com. Let me just reconfirm, user 95 at COMP3121Z dot on Microsoft.com. Okay, this is the username. Next, it's a password. Yes. Now the user 95 is logged in, and this is the main page. Now we see the system has not asked us to get the permission because this user already has added permission even. So the site is here, the first page is here, but now we want to go to that specific folder and see what happens. I just get the address of that specific folder from my website. I was on my website, permission level will be there. I just want to leave it open. I go to the site once again. I go to my, see, this was my newly created, not my books, doc library week 5. I go to this one and click check its, I can get also from here that it says share, or I just get from here the link. Control C. I get the link, go back, and into the new tab, I just paste that link, see what happens. It's trying to access that library. Once again, username, yes. So see that library, see the name of the library. Where is the name of the library? So this library is accessed now. Which one? I just create a file here. Then we will see the file where file is created, just to confirm that. Word document. And we give it a name. Okay. Select label also, we need to select the label. This I have created in another class. So now whenever a document is edited, first of all, the system will ask to assign a label. We can change the name from here. Document created by user 95. I want to give this name so we can recognize easily this is the document created by this user. Okay. Saved. Document created by user 95. This is saved already. So what I do, I just close it from here. close it from here in this document library. Now we have this document, and we go back as my owner login and see what happens. See, the document created by user 95 is here, and this was, I just go back and see which folder is this one. Will be very obvious. Document library week 5, click on this one, see if the document is there. Yeah, see, the document is there. So the user 95 got added permission into this folder due to we have included him into the members of this site group, members of this site. So he was included into the members of this site, and now we have tested that members have added permission. When he has tried to access that library, system has not stopped him. Otherwise, system will send a request that you don't have the access permission. If the owners will allow you, administrator will allow you, then you will have. So system has not stopped him, and system has allowed him to come in, and also system has allowed to create a document into that library. So now we have tested that if we include a user into members, he gets the added permissions. Okay, so this was one exercise. We have done already this one, and we have completed this page with a different user 95. Anyway, this was a different exercise. We have 3 levels, so we will test all the 3 levels and see if the end of the exercise we have a picture. Then we will create a picture. Otherwise, we will just complete this assignment, this task with 3 permission levels, and we can see all of them. I'll show you one by one. Okay, so this was my user number 96. In the Opera, I have user number 95, and now I want to close this one. This is my Microsoft 365 Admin Center. This one is my SharePoint Admin Center, and I'm on this website into my next tab. See, the name is here, Site for Week 5 by Muhammad. Now I will like to use another user into the owners group and then into visitors group. So visitors will only have read permission, owners will have full permission, members will have added permission. We have tested already members. Now we go to owners group, click on this one. Already we have these 2, and now we add one more. I just note here with me, user 94. We have more than 100 users. We can select anyone. Okay, so it's 7:55 already. Let me see how long is the recording file already. It's 44 minutes because we started little late. Mic is working, sharing is working, and in the chat we don't have any question yet. And I would like to get a break, and then we will start once again after 5-6 minutes and continue our lecture. We are just going to add another member, another user into owners group. That we will do after the break. Stay with me. I'm just taking a 5 minutes break. Stop recording.